My fear is the people who are not following Jordan's adage to sell the news. Some people, especially the many Americans who are even more economically desperate than they were a year ago, are seeing, oh my God, wait, there's a potential opportunity to make a bunch of money. And some of them might be buying at 250, 300 on GameStop. And so my fear is that there are gonna be some people who come into this at the tail end and they're gonna lose everything they have. That's my fear. What do you think about that?
It's an absolutely valid fear, and unfortunately, it's just a case that happens all the time. Robinhood, a bunch of other these apps have fine print warnings about making sure that, hey, these things are very careful. You're spending your own money all the time. They're volatile assets. They're oftentimes very complicated. So if you don't know what you're doing, be careful. People don't heed those warnings anyways. And a lot of times people like me will come on shows and say something along the lines of, I'm not a financial expert. Please don't take what I'm saying as legal advice. But the truth is, you get to an important point, John, is that we've been under lockdown for 10, almost 11 months, depending on where you're at. We're just coming out of those seemingly too early, but that's a different conversation. And those of us who aren't as lucky as yourself or me, who have been able to like work at home for much of this time, unfortunately, we're struggling and like they're suffering. And so there's gonna be a rush to go to these kinds of things, but I want to tell those people to know that this exists out there and use this as a lesson. But when it comes to your personal financial safety, don't waste like some like little money you have on something as volatile as this. In general, another good financial adage is don't get in the stock market with money you're not willing to lose entirely, because that can very much happen. And this case is extra funny because they lost more than what they bet, this hedge fund company. So there's that. But of course, it's funny when it happens to hedge funds who do this for a living. It's not funny when it happens to people who are on their last leg and may see this as an opportunity. So please don't do that.
Exactly. Tread carefully. Dan, as always, we appreciate you joining us. Where can people watch or listen to your content?
Just as with everyone, follow me on Twitter at Dan from the Web. There's Power Report that I do. There's a podcast about political things, interviewing people. May have you on one day. That's a stretch goal. Audio Face, I talk about music, and I Twitch stream on Fridays from 5 p.m. Eastern to starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. Just follow me on Twitter for that info.
Awesome.
Dan from the Web. Yes. Yeah.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.